Welcome, everybody. Just type grow in the chat if you are hearing the sound of my voice. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, just type grow. Let me know where you're calling in from as well. It's always great to know where you guys are coming in from. Just type grow. Just type grow. We're super excited for what is going to be happening here in the next few. We are super, super excited. All right. Let's see. Grow, grow, grow. We've got Trinidad in the building. Dallas, Texas is here. Welcome. We've got Southeast London. We've got Essex. We have Netherlands. We have sweet TNT. Pretoria in South Africa. Welcome. We've got Cunupia, Trinidad. Swindon in the UK. Providence, Rhode Island, USA. We've got Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are in for an exciting time today for sure. Who had a fantastic week last week, though? If you had a fantastic week last week, just say I. And not EYE, by the way. Somebody said that before. Somebody says AI. I understand you loud and clear. Definitely AI. MOODSWING AI has been nothing but fire. Let's go. We had a beautiful buy trade we had a beautiful buy trade last week on gold on Friday to end the week off beautifully. I know a few of you caught that. So well done, well done, well done, well done. Also, last week we did have some opportunities. Like let's say, for example, in fact, let me share my screen with you. Right, so there we go. So we did have a nice buy opportunity or long opportunity here. Put the bulls on Friday, right here. This was during the Asian session. It was actually called on the MOODSWING AI tool, but for the most part, a lot of people were sleeping, right? So we missed that move. But during the London and during the New York session, right? So this was London session here, and then New York session started. Beautiful buy to the upside here on this move here, over 1,000 pips to the upside. But the problem we're trying to solve right now is, hey, so we're getting some beautiful trades during the Asian session. Like here, for example, look at this, right? The MOODSWING AI alerts called for the sell right here. Look at that, beautiful move. And that thing sold off. This was on Thursday. The thing sold off for over almost 2,000 pips. It ended up at 1,900 pips overall, and it called twice. But guess what? What were you doing at that time? I don't know what you, but I was sleeping. What were you doing? Sleeping. We were sleeping, or the market was giving out pips. The AI alert was saying, hey, what you doing? Why you sleeping? We got business to do. But what if we had the opportunity to be able to catch these things in our sleep. Somebody said they were snoring. What if we had the ability to catch these things in our sleep? Are you ready for it? What if you had the ability to catch these things in your sleep? Man, so many opportunities during the Asian sessions is unreal. Look at this one as well, right? This one as well. This was another opportunity to get in here on the buy. It was called, and again, we were sleeping, right? We were sleeping. By the time eventually we were able to get in in the New York session. But what we're realizing is that the New York session is really choppy, right? Very choppy. And sometimes you get stopped out before you get in on the right move, right? So this is why when people ask, what session do you trading? I'm not concerned about what session I'm trading. I'm just more concerned with when is the setup? When is the setup? When is the setup? When the setup happens, that's when I want to trade. I don't want to trade anything else. Some people say, oh, I trade in New York session, I trade that session, I trade that session. Well, New York session is very wild and volatile sometimes. Lots of stop hunting happening. And you know, it could be a bit crazy. Whereas during the Asian session, there's hardly ever any stop hunting, and the market actually goes so much smoother. And I don't know about you guys, but gold has been paying out like madness during the Asian session. Right. So let me show you. Let me give you an example right here, for example. In fact, let me just open up. Let me just put some more internal order blocks here. And I want to put the last, let's say the last 15 or so, right? Let's apply that and see what happens. All right, so it's thinking. All right, we got some more folks coming in. Let them come in. So there we go. All right, so look at this. This was an opportunity here in the Asian session. Gonna put the bears and longs. Now, this is another thing that we have in the tool, right? If you think that the tool is a little bit crowded with all these bulls and bears and longs and shorts, you could actually just go here and change this to like a diamond or something, right? You could change this to a circle, right? You could change that to a triangle, right? So triangle up. This one, we could change it to a triangle down. Boom, look at that. Clean up the charts like that. Now, one thing you must be aware of is that you need to have a white background for this to actually work properly. If you have a black background, you're seeing here the bulls and bears kind of still up here. So you could clean up your charts just like that. But why I'm doing this is I'm showing you some opportunities that this happened during the Asian session. It's sort of early London session right here. But this was, okay, so this was Asian session right here on Thursday, week before. This was a 1-2 strategy, 1-2-3 strategy, all right? 1-2, 1-2-3 strategy right here. Boom. It calls for the sell. Where you should be in on that sell. And the Asian session pays some pips, man. Look at that. 300 pips. If you held on to it and continued, right, all the way down, that thing was over 700 and something pips. Look at that. Okay, look at this. On Wednesday, this was Asian session again. Look at this. Right? All the way down to the London session here, that was 150 something pips. Oh no, more than that. Over 1,000, right? And I know a few of you guys actually caught this one, right? So it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moves that happen during the Asian session while we are sleeping. Okay, so we have got an amazing tool that can run these AI. So I'm actually going to run this for you. And let's say, for example, right? So let's do this for a minute. Just close that off, right? So let's do this for a minute. This overview here. Okay. So in our settings here, we're running our AI master, right? In the inputs. Okay. We're running things so that it only trades specific times, right? We have a 50 pip stop loss, and we have 1,000 pip, right? Take profit target. Because for gold, that thing could move 1,000 pips quite nicely, quite easily. Okay? So we're keeping things tight, right? We have several trades here. It's actually set to trade the mood swing levels, but also we have another trade. We also have another trade trade element to this thing. So it also not only trades buy limits and sell limits, it also trades buy stops and sell stops as well. Okay. And I've set it up to run from January, right? The 1st of January. So let's say we had that on the 1st of January till the 27th of March, which was just Friday gone. And let's say we're starting with a 10K account. You know, leverage is just 1 in 100, nothing crazy. Let's see what happens with that account from then till now. Let's run that. Boom. Are you guys seeing? You seeing that? Whoop. I mean, let's not go too fast. Pause that a minute. Boom. Are you guys seeing that? You seeing the chart? We started with 10,000. The sound is not okay. You're not hearing my sound properly? You're hearing me clearly?
Yep, clear.
Okay, great. All right. Okay, so we've started the simulation, right? And all we're just doing is taking those trades, 50 pip stop loss, right? 50 pip stop loss, 1,000 pip take profit target. This is only the 5th of January. We started on the 1st of January. This is only the 5th of January. You see the balance already. And by the way, we're only risking 1% of the account. Okay? We're only risking 1% of the account. Cool? So everything is tight. This is no scalping. Okay? This is no scalping at all. Scalping is for the beginners. You know, we don't do that. We're over that. We're past that stage. All right, let's continue. So we're running this thing through. This is hands-free, by the way. Okay? Hands-free, by the way. And it's going. It's just taking those trades. What I'll do, I'll pause it at the end of January, and let's see how much growth that we would have gained by the end of January. Right? As always, it's always good to just leave these things to run and do its thing. Okay? Accept the risk, as they say. Right, so this is the 23rd of January. And look at the balance there. Are you seeing the balance? The account is already double. Let's go. right? 28th of January, 29th of January, 30th of January, 31st of January. Let's see. Right. Okay, pause that. Right. So this is the beginning of February. January is usually a terrible month, by the way. Just letting you know. What's the balance now?
34K.
All right. While you're sleeping, eh? Okay. Let's go. Let's run it. Let's run this thing. It's all set. Nothing else to be done. 1% risk. But the beauty about it is stop loss is tight and the take profit target is far enough so that you're catching those pips. So a small stop loss is going to give you a big enough lot size to be able to catch those pips. That's the trick in trading, you know? That's the trick. All right, that's the trick. Okay, hold on. Let's pause this. Okay, now we're still at the end of February. Now remember, we started with a 10K account, eh? Pause. All right, we're 2nd of March now. What's
Okay,
the back?
Bali.
Yes, ma'am.
71K.
Okay. Yep. Ask the question.
Okay, because we know the market is going up and up and up because of the war.
Yep.
We'll say when all of that settles eventually and the market gets back to sort of a normal rhythm.
But all I'm just doing is showing you what would have happened from January till now. The market will do what it does, right? But all I'm just showing you for the strategy as it would be. We could try and run it, I guess, a time before the war if we want, you know. But we are where we are, right? So
correct.
All right. So what the balance is again? Remind us.
71K.
All right. And that is just trading when we know that we're missing these trades while we're sleeping. So you see how much money you see how much money we're sleeping on here? All right, let's go
correct.
again.
Yeah, boy.
Let's go again. So that's March. All right, we'll have a little bit of a drawdown here. Let's go. Well, you get a little bit of a licks there. Right.
Well, you'll have to take profit at some time.
Go again.
You'll have to take some profit at some time.
It's coming back. It's all set anyways.
Right.
It's coming back. There we go.
96.
Is built it back up. Okay.
110.
All right. So it went up and then it came back down. But we started in 1st of January with how much?
10K.
And then on Friday, 26th of March, how much is end up there with?
87K.
Okay. 1% risk.
Risk.
But we have to remember that the risk to reward is like ridiculous on this simulation that I've just sent you. And this is the beauty of one, trading with low enough risk, but then also trading with a strategy that gives you, that is tried and tested, We know that it's working. And also the risk to reward, the reward is so much greater than the risk that you know you're going to end up on top. Now, let me do something. Let me do something totally different here now, right? So that's just a 1% risk. Let's see what happens if I try to increase the risk to 10% per trade. Do you think that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing? If you increase the risk of the trade, good thing or bad thing? What do you think?
Once you have the money?
Once you have the money? Okay, that's one answer. Any other answers?
10%.
If we increase the risk to 10%, what do you think?
Mind blowing.
All right, look, I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it here and I'm going to increase the risk to 10%, right? So at the moment that was 1%, increase the risk to 10%. And let's try that again, right? So now each trade is 10% risk. And it's going, right? You could see it is going up quite a lot, then is back down now. But okay, let me pause it here.
Drop in there.
Look at the account size and your January, right?
Right. Nearly blew it.
Exactly. You nearly blew your account. So you see why risk management is so important? Exactly. So the key here is, and here's the thinking behind why we keep our risks low. If you risk 1% on one trade, right, that allows you to take 100 trades on your account before it's blown. So that means that you have to lose 100 trades on your account to blow your account. If you risk 10% on one on your account on a trade, per trade, it just gives you 10 trades to blow your account. So you understand why keeping your risks low is important?
Correct.
And this is very hard to do that when you're scalping, right? But again, when you're scalping, I guess when you see some profit, you take it quickly, right? Okay.
Correct. Correct.
So this is just literally going to be set maximum 1%, right? Maximum 1% risk. Okay.
And
Now,
is this being offered with this package?
There are going to be some prerequisites to be able to get to this, all right? So one, you've got to use a broker that we are going to recommend for us so that we're all on the same broker. Okay. Two, there's gonna be just an admin fee to get things set up because we have to do a little bit of setting things up in terms of a VPN and being able to get the AI so that you're able to get the trades of the AI. Yes. You'll be able to use it in Europe. The only place that it wouldn't work is the US. So I'm actually working for my people in the US. So I do apologize. If you do have a second citizenship somewhere else outside of the US, that could work. All right. But we're going to start rolling this out. I'm just giving you a bit of a flavor of what is coming. We're going to start rolling this out in earnest this week coming. If you are ready, just drop some ready in the chat and some fire emojis. Geez, not all at once. All right, not all at once. All right. Now, there are some terms and conditions because we want to make sure that one, you have enough funds in your account to be able to take these types of trades as gold. So gold is generally going to be mad in terms of what it gives, but also what it takes as well. So we got to be able to have a strong enough account to handle that. I would suggest minimum £1,000. I mean, I'm not talking in pounds, but I would say £1,000, which is like 1,500 US. I would say that is a good starting point. Okay. But if you could do more, I would suggest you do more. Okay. Yeah, so we'll have just an admin fee of £99 just to get you set up. We have to set you up on a trade receiver and also a server as well, VPS. So that fee will cover that. And also there would be a 30% performance fee so that at the end of, I would suggest that we compound this thing over some time, right? So I would say that this would be more of a compounding thing for you. So I would say let's compound this over a 3-month period. And at the end of that, any profits, not your principal is yours to keep, but any profits that's made up above that, there will be a 30% performance fee. And that's it. If you don't make any money, you don't make any money. If you make money, then I think that's fair. Right? So what we'll do, I will, when you're ready, in fact, hold on a minute. Because the first thing you have to do is set up with a broker. So what I would do is I would send you the link to, hold on a minute. I'm going to send you a link so that you get yourself started with the broker. All right. So 2 seconds. Let me just get this and I will send to you so you can get yourself started and signed up with a broker. Then we're going to get you one by one all set up and hooked up. So for the people in the US, it's not going to work for you just yet. All right. But I'm working on something for you guys. All right. I am working on something for you guys. Don't have no fear. In fact, here's what I'll do. I wouldn't send the link out here. What I want you to do is I want you to message me directly, and then I'll send the link to you personally, right? Right. So, yeah. This was recorded. This was recorded. Okay. So drop me a message in Telegram via that link, and we're gonna get ourselves going with this bit of fire right here. Okay. All right, there you go. Now, Let's just do something, and then we're gonna look at the market this week, see what's coming. Okay, I'm actually working on something else as well, right? Always in the lab, always trying to get some serious value for you guys. Let me just show you, let me just give you a little sneak peek of this. All right, so the mood swing tool, we're going to do a little bit of a upgrade. We've added trades off of the order block, at least the trade setup anyways. There we go. So you see that? So our 1-2 trade setup, like we have a 1-2 trade setup here. Oh, I'm so accustomed seeing long and short. All right, let me switch this. Let me switch this to a label for a minute so that you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Right? So right here, we have a 1-2 setup at the order block, and it's giving you stop loss, your entry, and your profit targets here as well. So we're working on that. It's not released just yet. We're just tweaking a few things, but that is coming, right? So if you're excited about this update as well, drop some sevens in the chat, right? Drop some sevens in the chat. All right. So that is coming. That is coming as well. So don't worry, Uncle B, Coach B has your back, right? Coach B has your back. Yep, it's coming. It's coming. All right. It's not 100% ready yet. We're just tweaking a few things, but it's coming. Awesome. Nice. So let's have a look at the market.